I want to tell you a little story. In 2003, I just finished a year-long position in Mongolia, where I was teaching English as a foreign language to primary school kids. At the end of the position, I took 6 weeks off and I traveled across Mongolia with my then boyfriend and his parents. Um, One day, we took the car. They had a nice big car. Can't remember the model, but they had a nice big car, and we loaded with everything. And the four of us went ahead traveling across Mongolia. Um, Most of the time, my boyfriend and his father would do the driving. The mother didn't drive, but one day they were all very tired from the road, from the journey, and they said, "Right, enough, you drive." And I had a license and I could drive, so I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So I started driving. Now, just to set the scenes, in Mongolia, when you go out into the countryside, very quickly, at least back then, you run out of paved road, and very quickly it became earth, just dirt road. And what tended to happen was that people would drive and then they would make lines that you could follow. So basically, you didn't necessarily need to create your own path. You could just see where others rode before or drove before, and you could just follow their path. So that's what I was doing. I sat in the car and I started driving. And my boyfriend's father said, "Right, we are very short on fuel. So we need to, basically, you need to drive to the next town. And that's where we're going to fuel the car." And if you know Mongolia, at least how it was back then, it was very scarce. You could drive for days without seeing anyone, and you could drive for days without seeing any town or anything like that. I said, "Yep, I've got this." So I started driving, and it was a beautiful day. It was a late afternoon, and it was starting to rain, and everyone was so tired. So everyone fell asleep in the back of the car, and I had the music on, and it was just me and the road, the dirt road, and everyone was sleeping in the car, and a little bit of rain. It wasn't hard rain, because Mongolian rain is like whoosh. It wasn't like that. It was just drizzling or soft rain. And so I was driving, and I had the best time. Now, as I mentioned, I was following the path that other people already created. And what tends to happen as you drive this dirt road is that you're constantly correcting yourself, but you're constantly staying with these previously made lanes. And that's what I did. Also, everyone was sleeping, so I was very careful about not waking them up. I didn't want to just go off in the direction that I believed where the town was. So I was very considerate of that. So I was driving along, enjoying myself, having a really good time, constantly, finding the better lanes where it felt like the path was better and less bumpy. And so at some point, everyone woke up and they said, "Well, where are we?" And I was like, "I don't know." I really didn't know. So they started looking around and starting to find evidence of where we were, because at that moment in time, when they woke up, we were practically in the middle of nowhere. The only thing to show that there was some, civilian life or, around was just these trucks on the dirt road. No cars, no motorcycles, nothing. So it turned out, after some more investigation, it turned out that I was so careful, following the preconceived path, that I actually missed the town. It might sound crazy, but Mongolia is not huge. I mean, in terms of how many cities and towns they have. And it is, like I said, very possible for you to go for days without seeing anyone else or not seeing any other towns. So basically, by following this path, I took us away far enough from, not from where the town was, from where I could see the town. So I never saw any town, and we didn't realize that we passed it, and we did pass it by quite a lot. So everyone was quite confused, and everyone was quite, it was a big surprise, and it was very funny actually. And then we needed to find a way to get some petrol and correct our path and find our way and all of that. But the reason I wanted to tell you this story is because this is exactly what happens in life when we follow our comfort zone. So basically, we are always trying to stay in our conceived path. We already know that where we've been is safe for us. So we want to stay there. So we're driving along in this path, and it's safe and it's familiar and it's not too bumpy and it's not too scary, because we know that we are going on the right path. But when we are being so safe and so just following what we've done before, we miss our opportunities, we miss our towns, we miss our destinations, because nothing good ever happens when we follow what we've done before. What we've done before was good for back then. It brought us to where we are right now, but it's not going to be good enough to take us over there. So this is what I just wanted to share this story with you, because in the same way that I was following the known path to try and get to the town, I completely missed the town, completely missed the opportunity to get the fuel, although I had a very good time. I thoroughly enjoyed driving in the quiet and in my zone, but it was my comfort zone. And also now, if you have something that you want to achieve, pay attention to what path are you taking. Is it the known one? Is it the safe and familiar path? Or are you carving your own path to move forward? So the idea is that you see the goal and you go that way. And of course, sometimes it will feel bumpy and sometimes it will feel scary, but all the time you will know that you are heading in the right direction because you have your goal in front of you. I'm not asking you to be very strict on your goal. I am just asking you to have a goal and to dare to go and get it. That's all I wanted to share with you today. My name is Einav Avni. I'm a confidence and empowerment catalyst, and I work with people to recognize the negative self-talk and limiting beliefs, so helping them create magnificent life instead. Life that is away from the comfort zone, because what is out there is just as rewarding, if not more, than what you have right now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.